Hey, welcome back everybody. It's Tesla Veteran here again. I know it's been a little bit of a break since my videos. I'm taking some time off doing family stuff, holiday shopping, all of that. So if you're watching this video around the holidays, happy holidays to you and your family. What this video is going to focus on is going to be what to consider probably before you're going to purchase your Tesla or any kind of electric vehicle for that matter. What you need to consider before doing it. A few helpful tips and tricks from us. Having been through it already, the range anxiety, the early charging habits, things like that. So just a kind of quick video that if you're on the fence about going electric, these are some of the things that you need to consider before you go ahead and do that. So number one that's on my list is actually how you're actually going to charge your vehicle. I got a video, if you look through my previous videos about our charging setup at home. It's a bit unorthodox, but you can get it to work actually pretty well. So the important thing is either Teslas or any electric car really, the priority way to charge your vehicle is going to be at home. Now whether you live in an apartment complex or a home with a garage or a carport or whatever, you have to consider on how you're going to actually charge your vehicle. So that's the number one priority because that's how you're going to get to go places. Whether you're going to be sitting around at a public charger for hours on end waiting for your car to charge, if you're lucky enough to be near a supercharger and do it that way. But really the best way to do it is to charge it at your home. The best way obviously is to have a dryer plug with a 240 volt outlet either installed near your vehicle in your garage outside, or if you look at my video, we actually ran the cord out the window from our dryer plug and charge our car that way. So there's ways you can do it, but that way you get anywhere between 22 to 25, maybe more depending upon what kind of adapter you have in your home, charge for your car. So that's the best way to do it. You can do it from a regular wall outlet. The regular wall outlet we did for a while because we actually had to order a different adapter for our Tesla so we can plug it in because our dryer plug for this one's a little bit older, but it still worked great. We're using a standard outlet for quite some time. So, well, maybe about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So you just have to be a little bit careful. So the regular outlet, you get about 5 miles per hour on the charge. So if your commute is pretty short, for me to work, it was less than 40 miles a day. So it worked out perfect. But if you're going to be driving around and doing any kind of farther distance driving, it's going to take a little bit longer to charge your car, whether it be a Tesla or whether it be any electric car at home if you're using just a standard wall outlet. So plan ahead accordingly, because if you put a lot of miles on your car, you're going to have to take a little bit longer to actually charge your vehicle at home. So you might be like most of the next day, you may have to wait at home for your vehicle to charge. So number one is to get the charging right for your home. Whether or not you have to call an electrician, have him install something in your home if you don't have one available, that's a definite best way to do it too. So it's set and ready to go for when you get your car, and do that before you actually get your vehicle, just to make it that much easier on yourself when you get it. You don't have to wait for it. Another thing that I talk about too is supercharging for Teslas. I've always been told, or under the opinion of, that it's a destination charger. That if you only supercharge is the only way you can charge your car, in a meaningful way, that's your choice. You can go ahead and do it. But there's supposed to be destination chargers. People going on a traveling, going from one place to another, they need to stop on their travels and go ahead and charge their vehicle up because it charges it very, very fast. Some of them are free, some of them are paid to use. Just depends what you have. But there's videos I've seen people getting in fights and things at supercharging stations because they're full, and this is the only way they can charge their car, and it just becomes a huge nightmare for people. So you can save yourself that headache and go ahead and just use those if you're going to be out and about. You're going to stop somewhere to eat. There's one there, plug in, charge, and then be on your way. Don't let that be your primary way of charging your vehicle if you can avoid it. You'll save yourself a big headache in the future too, because we rented a Model S when we were traveling from Turo, and the hotel we were staying at had a supercharger that was very close to it, near an outlet mall. So we would travel throughout the day, park there, grab something to eat, and then when our car was done, unplugged it, parked at the hotel overnight. It was great. It was too easy. So I think for something like that is kind of what it would be meant to be. And plus, as supercharging in the future, you're going to be charged to do it, and it's going to be usually at twice the rate of what you would pay doing it from your home. It really pays to do it from your home. So that's number one on my list, is to go ahead and do that. Another way to charge it too is the public charging stations. Now these are not going to be model specific. So if you have Tesla, or if you have a Nissan Leaf, any other electric vehicles that you can plug in hybrids, that kind of thing, we'll use these public charging stations. Depending upon where you're at, there could be some, there could be not that many, and you're going to have to compete with every other electric car user in order to go ahead and use those. Myself being a Tesla user, if I've got more than half charge on my car, I usually don't stop by those because there are other cars with less of range on them that need to probably use that more than I do, since I have a home set up too. So public charging, most of them that I've seen have about the same rate as what you would get at home, probably about 22 to 25, 27 miles per hour on the charge. On it, so that's going to take you a little bit. So if you're going to be somewhere shopping, stopping to eat, and it's not a bad place to get a bump charge for a couple hours, get you 40 miles, a couple hours, that should be fine. But most of those also, it's nice to have like a 2-hour limit. Some places actually may actually turn it off after 2 hours when you plugged in. Some may not. But just a courtesy to other electric vehicle owners is to stay on those until your vehicle is charged, and then please go ahead and move it to let someone else use it. There are a few different apps that are out there for phones. I have them for iPhone, but I'm sure they're on Android as well. So I'll name them off here a little bit that we use. You can actually locate them from these apps, so it can show where public charging stations are. They get better over time, so some of them will actually show if there's someone on it or not. Some of them require people who go there to check in on it, and most people don't. So you could go there and say it's free and it's not free. So you got to wait there for whoever knows how long it's going to charge it, and so it can kind of become a nightmare. So some of the ones that we use, at least here where I'm at on Hawaii, are going to be PlugShare. The app is a good one. So these are all free apps as well. ChargePoint, which is another good one. They have multiples around the area here. I'm sure in the mainland too, but again, I didn't really look. SEMA Connect, that's another one. That's the one I think that's at the local Costco here. They have one charger. Every now and then we'll just drive past it. If there's no car there, we'll plug in as we shop at Costco. And one called Volta as well. The Volta ones, at least that I've seen, have actually been free. So that's actually been kind of nice. And that depends upon the area that you're at, the shopping mall, whatever agreement they have with it, whether or not they're going to charge you for it or not. A lot of them will have it set up too. You just store a credit card in it, you plug into it. Either it's got a serial number on it, or you can connect some other way to your phone, and you can pay directly that way. Or you can pay from the actual device itself. Very simple, very easy. Teslas come with the adapter. Electric vehicles will just be able to plug right into it. So use those as well. But again, just as a courtesy to other drivers, it's always nice not to have be there for 8-9 hours, whatever. Just leave your car charged, while other people are waiting to charge there. Same thing with superchargers for Tesla as well. But they've been pretty good about that as far as once your car is charged after so many minutes. I can't remember what it is. They will actually start charging you more for leaving your vehicle there when it's not actually charging. So just be mindful of that. That's pretty much all I got as far as before you consider it. I'm not going to get into can you afford it, can you pay for it, can you do the government tax credit, that kind of thing. I'll let you handle that on your own. I'm not going to go over personal finance, that kind of thing. So number one importance is how you're going to charge your vehicle. Everything else after that will fall into place very easily. It's great. We've had it for about 4 months now, I think. And it's been awesome. The recent updates, my daughter loves it. If you haven't seen it yet, the most recent update with the whoopee cushion and the different seats. If I remember, if I can get the video to the computer here, I'll post my daughter. We let her stay up a little bit later that night when we got the update, so she can actually play with it. And she had an absolute blast. Tesla knows what they're doing in that regard as far as kids go. Ways to sit in your car while your car is supercharging just to have some fun. The games, the romance mode. Just all really great little things that bring a smile to your face, as we call it the Tesla smile, when you get in the car and something like that happens. I drive actually for Uber and Lyft here in Hawaii a little bit on the weekends, and picking up families with little kids and using that in the car, they get an absolute kick out of it. The adults too. Everybody loves it. Yeah, it's this lowbrow humor, but everybody can get some kind of kick out of it. It's really, really good. So as a addition to being the safest cars on the road, some of the most efficient vehicles, electric vehicles, coolest tech, all the extra little stuff, just the little things to make your experience that much better. So that's gonna do it for this video. Hope this helped you out as far as things to consider before you actually purchase an electric vehicle, whether it be Tesla or any electric vehicle. So figure out how you're going to charge it. Number one, have something set up before you go ahead and do it, just to make your life that much easier. Whether it be like we have it here, running it out the window, doing it ugly, works too. If you got a garage, you can make some awesome setup. Call an electrician, put in a nice charging outlet there too. Awesome. If you got to run a cord out your window from your apartment complex down to your car, I've seen some crazy stuff like that too. So please do that first before you go ahead and produce your electric vehicle. That's going to do it for this one. Appreciate you stopping by. Like, subscribe, support the channel. I'll try to do these more often. I know this has been kind of a long time between my last video, but we're going to keep plugging away. And I think we're going to be helping with deliveries here maybe into this month here in Hawaii. We'll see if we get a response back from the Tesla dealership. I got an email from our club this weekend, so hopefully we'll be out there helping people out with their cars. So if you see this video and you're in Hawaii, either myself or my wife will be there if they let us on the last week here in the month to kind of help with those last minute deliveries to push Tesla over the edge. Again, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one.
Like Goofy.
Alright, do it again, do it again.
Do it again.
Alright, pick another one, pick another seat.
Oh.
He's scared, Mom.
Oh.
Alright, do another, do another.
Oh. It's scary. He's scared of the big car seat.
Oh, it's not your car seat? Yeah, that's true.
The light to unlock that lock.
No. Oh.
Wow.
Oh.